Okay, Taurus, we're here for your reading for the fall session here, spirituality. We're going to get into the cards here. The first card that we have for you for the spiritual side of things here from the Gaia deck, Dreams of Gaia Tarot, is 6, the crone. The crone, that's the wise old woman. So we're in our feminine energy here. And we are gaining wisdom. Through age comes wisdom, is the quote they gave me. We may be listening to some guidance here. I do get a sense, actually, from this Taurus energy that we are, I don't know if this is the usual energy that I tap into for Taurus, but nonetheless. There's some darkness here. Now, I'm going to leave it. Just getting a light dusting of this energy. But with age comes wisdom, and we may be tested on this in the physical. So let's go to the second card here. This can also signify past energy as well. So this may have been something we're growing out of or learning to deal out of, this kind of thing. We may have been in darkness in the past, is the sense that I'm getting, and not really understood or knew completely. We may be discovering that as we speak. So as I move into the present, the Gaia card we get here is 5, 6, 7 of Earth. Yeah. And this is a shedding of skin. This card always brings with me that kind of energy. A shedding of the skin, a burning off of that which does not no longer suit us, and not only that, not for our highest good. We are seeing this clearly. This is good because the energy of the past was heavy here, but it was I was only getting a peek into it. And usually when that happens, it's like, we're not going to dwell on that. We were in darkness in the past. We're shedding our skin and we're releasing from that which does no longer serve us. So we are going into the right frequency. And we may even be actively meditating at this time in order to do so. So you may be connected to some guidance from above, this kind of thing. And the sense that I'm getting is we're turning a new leaf here. We got lots of leaves falling in the fall here, in literal fall autumn season, and that is also very significant. So even though this card is in your present, it may be coming over this time where we actually shed that darker side of ourselves here, which is a good feeling. I'm getting just like a relief, like things are going to go positively. There's a lot of people that may be coming out of this, this energy field of, being in darkness and being that, I called it the black tarp. It's just tight. It's bungeed around you. You can't get loose from it, and you don't even know it's there really. You just know that life is hard and da-da-da. You have no positive aspect, da-da-da, all this stuff. So again, they're telling me, limit what you say here. We need to focus on the positive. So as we go forward, we're shedding skin, looking for a highest good. And again, we may be looking into things, like, because we're starting with the crone of wisdom. We may be looking into things to a degree, or just life lessons have led us to a place where we understand more clearly what is for our highest good. And we are being illuminated to that quite highly. So that's good. Okay, so the future energy for you, Taurus. Ooh, wow. The 10 of air. And this card always breaks. It's like the light, fuzzy, dizzy energy of just before you hit bliss, okay? This is where you are. You realize in the bigger scheme of things where you sit. And what do you know? You're sitting on a cloud of goodness here. We've managed to climb ourselves into a cloud of goodness. And we're starting to see results in our field, is what I'm getting. So I feel like the Taurus was in and amongst stuff that they didn't even know they were in and amongst so heavily. They knew they were frustrated. They knew. But they're starting to come out of the clearing here into the light of day, and it's nice and warm and pure and good and great and grand, and it's easier to be positive, when we're being released from something, we may have not, we may have had something on us that we were not aware of. Like, I don't like going into such detail, but like something was on us that we didn't know but nonetheless, it is gone, is lifted, it's released, and we've worked hard to get to this place, and we're going to treasure it as we move forward. So it's a clearing out of energy. It could be just our frequency has risen to a degree that we understand where our problems lie, and we got rid of those problems, and we move forward, and therefore we are, not blocked anymore. Interesting. Yeah. And that word unencumbered, as I say, it's being unloaded we're light and airy. So it's good. It's good. Good energy as we're moving forward. So as we go back to the crone energy again, this can signify what we were dealing with in the past. What do we get for a clarification card from the Mucha deck? Man, this Queen of Cups, she's just coming up in these readings. This queen, she's been through a lot, this one in this deck. This is why. There's a lot of struggles. The red sashes, ribbons, whatever you want to call. One of the readings, I coined it a red flag. It may have been a lot of erroneous stuff that we had in our past that we may not have been able to see clearly how to heal, but nonetheless, we're over that hill and we're no longer seeing what is back there because we are over. We climb that mountain. We're going down the other side, and it's a different world we're walking into. So quite an energy switch here for this Taurus I'm reading. And so much so that our emotional center is lifted and we are having a greater time being happy. Did we clear our social circles out from people that we maybe were dragging us down, we didn't know, or did our social circles clear on their own and we are finding it easier and did not realize this kind of thing? It's just a clearing of the cloudy day is what I get here in the life of the Taurus. So that past energy of the Queen of Cups means that we had a lot of emotional turbulence. Man, talking here. We had a lot of emotional turbulence in our past. We had a lot of fiery emotions that we had a hard time suppressing. And again, suppression is not the right word. It's a hard time dealing with. We couldn't manage it. We were overexposed in our emotional center, which means we were over emotional about things we had no. So somehow here we're moving into a different frequency. So as we go again to the present, where we are dealing the chakra, the self-worth is come into being here. Through this card, you have to have changes in your self-worth in order. This is what this card is all about. And that change in self-worth, that's the shedding of the skin. Is no longer will I put up with things that I did in the past that made me unhappy. This is what's going on. So on top of that card, the clarification from the Mucha is 5, 6, 7, 8, the strength. Yeah. We gained inner strength and self-confidence, and therefore we can put a limit. I don't feel or sense a radical doing of this in the physical. What I get is someone who is just working their way from the inside out. And there's a few of us who are going to be in this way. Where it's not going to be so much a major thing outside of yourself as much as it is internally. We are no longer going to put up with what we put up with before. And in fact, the vibration outside of us is working with us to help us see clearer, more strongly, and be able to, we may even be asking for spiritual help and guidance to go about smoothly and with grace in this way, where we know, further where to go here. Yeah, I'm losing my words and I'm not able to speak. I can just... Anyway, we have the strength card here, and that is overcoming an ability to be in darkness. We are overcoming that and working our way through. into the light. So this light energy here of the air, it's in the clouds, the light, fluffy colors, the pink is the compassion and whatnot. We may have more compassion for ourselves at this time, having gone through whatever it was that we went through here in order to get us on the other side of darkness, right? Where we feel free of all of that baggage that we had. And it could be simply healing from emotional trauma of the past. It could be healing from, or how would you say, putting up boundaries against others that are being stood up for. Because sometimes we have that dark veil against us when we can't create boundaries where boundaries are needed. And I feel that the freedom can be created here by doing so, creating boundaries with those that are pulling energy, and we're allowing it, and then we get mad at the self, and seeing the connection there, this kind of thing could be part of what you're working through. A great strength is in the center of this reading. So as we move forward into that light energy, the Mucha card that we have on top of there to expand is the Five of Swords. We might have had to fight for our right to be free and clear of darkness. Now, we may have had a person in our midst, even though I didn't get that energy earlier, with this card that would signify that there's an opponent here that we had to put in their place. We had to, this person doesn't play fair is the sense that I'm getting. Now, that could be you or someone else, but the feeling I get overall here is that we are fighting for our spiritual freedom. And that has nothing to do with religion but our sense of feeling free and not oppressed. This is what we're fighting for. And there's an opponent that is not wanting that for us, or not. Whether they want or don't want has nothing to do. They are working against us in the physical to make us feel free. We do not feel free in their accompaniment. So, like when they're around, we don't feel free. They're very much telling us not to do this, like limiting, don't do that, BBB. They're not happy with us, okay? Hopefully this isn't a partner. But if it is, we had to fight to stand our ground there. And we gain ground here, and this is where we're coming out here. So it's not an easy struggle, and there may be more to come in the future. But if we've already put a boundary down, then that's 75% less work that we have to do the next time, because we just have to reinstate the fact. I told you once, I will not allow this, and now I am saying again, I will not allow this. And then, by the third or fourth time, this person should lay off. If they don't, then we have to take action at that point, and don't be afraid to do so, because this could set us back if we're not, of our conviction, right? If we don't stand up for our convictions, like if we say we're going to do something, we better damn well do it. It's what it's kind of getting. And if we don't, right, then that could set us back on, the energy of the past. So I feel like there's an opportunity, a doorway open here. How we go about it is up to the individual. So let's get into the third row here, where we get the curious creatures, kind of bringing in a light energy. We can use it here, especially in our past. On top of that, Queen of Cups, again, we might have been overly emotional in our past, and though we are old enough to carry wisdom here, what do we get? We get the Star card. We are wishing for things in our future. We have hope that we can get there and whatnot. And I feel like if we have the strength to conquer our emotions, you're not the only one in this series here that is trying to conquer and control their emotional center to a degree where we're heard, but we're not in chaos energy to be heard. And I know I have a lot of experience with this. It's like we got to learn to contact people when we're at a 1, 2, or a 3 on the rage scale, rather than an 8, 9, or a 10, because that's when it becomes out of control. And with the Taurus, man, you're going to break dishes over this. Is going to break dishes when the Taurus is in the room. Chandelier's going to go flying. Crystal, what do you call that? Stemware is going to be done with. This is, what happens when the Taurus gets mad. You look out. And you don't want the Taurus mad. But again, if the Taurus is holding back and getting in their own way and not being heard, this is where the self-worth comes in. Now we feel we are worthy to be heard, and we are going to be heard, and we've said our piece and we fought for it. Now how we go about continuing to stand up, again, this is the decision. We may have to release this person if they do not stand up and respect us back, right? This is the thing. So on the 7, the Strength card, what do we get from the Curious Creatures? Again, the center of your reading is strength. We do have the ability to carry it. We just now have to stand up for it. And the first part of it, the first laying down that foot, is the hardest. We've done that here. The evidence is the 5 of Swords. We've done that. We've defeated the enemy. And now we're walking away. And the thing is, if that person comes back to challenge, you just stand your ground. You stay put where you're at, you know. Don't go letting them push you backwards, okay? So on top of that Strength card, the creature card is the Ace of Swords. Yes. The longer we stay in our truth, the stronger we will become. And if we can uphold the truth, then it's all victory from here. This is really what they're showing me, the nuts, the fruitfulness of this. You know, the tree bears fruit, the victory vine that you wear on your head. It's all there. Like they're showing me the 6 of Wands cards is the where you're on the horse riding through the community and being, how would you say, acknowledged for that truth that you hold, because it is the truth and you're fighting for that. And you can never go wrong when you're fighting for the truth. And that will gain you a lot of strength, and it will gain you a lot of self-worth if we continue down this road. So as long as we're coming from that area, we're going to do okay. This is good. This is good. An inner core of truth is gaining strength and also gaining us our center core of self-confidence. Okay, in the future, again, there's an ability to see a bigger picture here. We have defeated an enemy. Unfortunately, for some, it might even be a partner that we're dealing with, or a friend, or someone in our social circles that has done us wrong. We are standing up, creating a boundary here. And again, the hardest part is over, is the sense they're giving me. So on top of that 5 of Swords card, we get the Death card. Yeah, that's the end to, they're going to the competition. No longer is there competition. It's over. We won here is the sense. Now, I've got to be careful with winning and losing, right? But the bottom line, I think, in the center of this reading is the fact that we are standing up for our truth. We're standing up for the truth as we see it. And that is going to gain us strength forward. Now, anybody in this, this whole scenario, I feel like that is very much down to 2 people here. If there is no truth to come from, that person will be defeated quite highly. Now, the Death card is about an ending here. I feel like that's the end of it. That's the end of us going and being in the darkness that we held so long. We didn't realize what it took to gain victory over this. And we also didn't realize how we would feel once we stood up for ourselves. And I do feel this is just basically a great standing the wall, this person may have been a doormat for someone, and they may have taken it and taken it and taken it. And again, that builds resentment, that builds hatred. It builds on the negative spiral downward. And that's our past, right? Though we did hope for better, we didn't know how to get better because we just weren't being respected. No, somewhere here, the Taurus gained a self-respect. And then they started talking from that angle. And what do you know? They're going to gain victory here. And in fact, it's going to put an end to that opposition coming at us in the same way anymore, because we are coming from a truth and they know it. And they can't deny that. So they are leaving. And they know that they have been defeated. And we know we have gained our worth, and now it's time for both people to go in separate directions. So if this was a partner, it would be one that we are leaving. Yeah, full bore here. And if it's not, like a friendship, whatever, or family member, we are like, this is it. We're not dealing with this anymore, because you're truly not on the same side of the fence that I'm on. And I now can no longer deal with that, because I will just be pulling myself back into darkness. I won't have it. So it's the complete ending to this relationship, friendship, cycle, whatever it is. This person in our field is no longer. Will we deal with them in the same manner? And we have been turning a new leaf in our way in order to gain clarity, perspective, truth over our own life. So this is a heavy thing. This is a pivotal turning point. Again, I'm not going to narrow it down, but I do get a sense it's some kind of a partnership here that we didn't understand how detrimental this was to our happiness, getting out of this, how much it could, clean our life up, that kind of thing. We didn't realize. Okay, the Divine Animals Oracle to shut this down. Oh, the Wolverine again. What is with this? They're trying to tell me something with this card. Fierceness, the Wolverine. I think overall these readings, like I've done, 5, 6 of them so far. And I'll tell you, you have to fiercely, spiritually fight for your right to be happy in this day and age. And the fierceness here is that we are coming from a sort of truth and honor and dignity, and we're going to go forward, and we're trampling over those that are liars and cheaters and thieves, is the sense that I'm getting. And we're going to continue to go forward, and we're not going to really take a second glance here. We have had enough of this, is the sense, and we are going to continue to go forward and not deal with anything like this in any way in the future, not knowingly anyway. So the 5, the fierceness, the Wolverine, that's a fire element. You are earth. You would have been quite fired up over the act of going through this, fight. The 5 of Swords, it's, victory at the expense of someone else, but the expense was that this person is not worthy. This is not, and I don't believe, how would you say, this is a spiritual reading, so we're talking about spiritual virtues here, things that we think and feel, and people that have respect for our thoughts and our feelings. And I feel like there's nowhere that this was found here. I feel like the Taurus knew that this person was not respecting our feelings, our thoughts, or anything in the physical either. It's coming to a degrading degree. So that had to end. We had to end it, and it is ended. The Death card is said, that's enough. We are transitioning out of this friendship, relationship, whatever it is. It is no longer serving us. It never did serve us, but we were under the illusion that we could make it work somehow. And it's not. And the fierceness here is about, one, it's a message from above saying, keep your fierceness and don't let go of it. Keep that boundary down. Don't let this person flip you over and then milk you for more. Or, being taken advantage of is the sense I get. Just because we're common to them, just because we're comfortable with them in certain levels, don't give in. Stay grounded in your decision and move fiercely forward. That's where they want you to put all your fierceness. Go forward and don't look back. Woo, a great cutting of something here that really was doing us no good. It was really pulling us down again to a degree we did not understand, but we're starting to understand now. So Taurus, wow, that's, again, that fierce energy is going through a lot of people, and it's the end card. It's the overall. Be fierce in where you want to go and what you want to be and how you want to feel. Go forward freely in that energy and you will do okay. So Taurus, that is your spirituality reading for the fall season of 2025 here. I just want to give you a short note. If you want more readings from me, go into my Facebook page. You follow there and I will come in. You do not follow, I will not come in. I don't know if people are understanding that, but follow, I will come in. Don't follow, I will shut down. It's just simple as that. I'm needing to prioritize my energy. And if there's not an effort put in by just clicking a button and saying I want to follow, then I will not spend my time there. I will not push energy upon those that do not want it. So I got a prompting that somebody wanted, but I'm not going to come in for one person. I hate to say that, but I have other priorities at this time. So if you are wanting, step up and be heard. And if you're not, I'll carry on. So the Wolverine is here to bring you forward fiercely. And even the way that I said that, I feel like this is the energy you're in. You're in a no shit mode, and we're going forward in this way. And I think we have to be in this mode to clear our field, and we can maybe relax on that after a while once we gain some trust and dignity in others around us as we move forward. So Taurus, that is your reading. Take care, have fun, and be kind.